It's the Hip Hop Matrix Show.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back.
It's the Hip Hop Matrix Show with J.Hall and DJ Akademiks.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Let's get it.
Yo, it's Hip Hop Matrix Show. Myself, J.Hall, this guy right here, DJ Akademiks. What's good, brother?
What's happening, homie? Feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm exhausted, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey.
I feel good about my life, but I'm physically exhausted.
Physically exhausted.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just called tired.
Yeah, man, I'm
you
tired.
know, exhaustion is a rich people disease. We don't get that.
No, we don't have that privilege.
Yeah.
Like,
we can't go to hospital stuff like that.
No.
That's rich people.
Nah, that's real. We can't, we can't say that, stress has been getting to us.
Yeah, you gotta have a couple M's in the bank to say you stressed out
and you can just write life is getting to you too bad, right?
Yeah. You can't ain't got no money to say that.
Nah, I'm not on that, man. Just I've been running around. Me and you both, we've been kind of out of town, in the town. You know what I mean? It takes a toll on you for a little second. Like today, I found myself, I didn't even get up to go work out because I have this rule, man. If your body is like really just telling you it needs rest, like, this ain't the movies. Like, don't go in there and try to work out or whatever because you might actually hurt yourself because you don't really want to be there.
Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah, that all that stuff they said to us in the 90s, man, was a lie. And trust me,
you millennials are soft.
Right.
You guys are soft.
But you guys are well rested. You ain't got bags in the eyes, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
None of you are dying of cancer and all this other stuff we dying from.
Right. Then come holler at me.
Yeah.
Get some diabetes in your life,
Yeah.
Nah, all that stuff is some
High
BS.
blood pressure. Your back, you can barely walk and stand up straight.
I know, man. I know. Welcome. We are the Hip Hop Matrix Show. Two tired brothers here, but we got you.
Bipolar as hell.
We got a lot to talk about, man, since we've been going. Your boy 6ix9ine got a little robbery situation, new music.
Pistol whipped and everything.
Cardi B released a statement changing the game a little bit. So as usual, make sure you follow us along.
What'd she say?
At WHMS98. My name is J.Hall, this guy DJ Akademiks. You have been warned. It's the Hip Hop Matrix Show. Let's get into the show. Shout out to Nas. I don't know if you peeped or heard. Nas admitted or has confirmed that there is a follow-up album that is about to drop after this Nasir album. He recently did like a show and he sat down Angie Martinez and he talked about how this album right here that he did with Kanye was in the middle of him actually creating another album that he was doing that has like Swiss beats on it. He was midway through, but Kanye was so passionate about this project that he pretty much was like, all right, he stopped doing what he was doing to make this with Kanye because he has a goal to make albums with some of the greatest producers ever, of the entire culture.
So basically saying he ain't going out like that when J&B just stole his shine the next day.
You really think, I don't really think that J&B stole his shine. I think Nas is Nas.
Basically what Nas said, they ain't gonna steal my shine. I ain't going out like that. They might got me once. They caught me off guard the first time, but fool me once, shame on you.
I don't think Nas
fool me
is
twice,
competitive
shame
like
on
that.
me.
I
I'm coming hard next time.
I really don't think Nas is competitive like that, man, when it comes to that. Now, I think Jay-Z and Kanye are competitive amongst each other when it comes to that. I think, if anything, that Cardi album was more of a punch on Kanye than it was on Nas, because we already know Jay-Z and Kanye ain't on the same page. Hey. We got to On the Run, too, but we ain't about to get no Watch the Throne 2-3 in a minute. This is going to be somebody else. So, we already know about that, but I definitely want to hear like the Nas album that he actually kind of wanted to make. A lot of people don't give Nas credit, but Nas is actually the first artist that I can think of who was the one who came out with an all-star production. Cause early hip hop, you only work with one producer, but Illmatic was a classic because it had heavyweight all-star production. So him kind of coming back and only working with one person like Kanye, that was kind of different. I don't know if Kanye necessarily hit the spot that everybody wanted for Nas.
Nah, he didn't.
You don't think so?
Nah, he didn't.
I think one album I would love to see is Nas with just DJ Premier. Now, I'd love to see that. I think DJ Premier is probably the best producer that brings out the best in Nas.
I think we would have wanted to see that like 10, 15 years ago.
DJ Premier still out here doing stuff though, man. What you talking about?
Just my thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, that's real. So the police have announced that they have arrested a third murder suspect in the death of XXXTentacion. He's been charged with murder robbery. If you remember, XX was gunned down.
Was it one of the dummies on Instagram?
He was gunned down leaving a motorcycle dealership. I don't know if he was one of the particular guys. I know two suspects were identified to be kind of like on a run. They didn't turn themselves in. And so he's the second of the 2 suspects or whatever. So allegedly there are 5 suspects altogether, and I think the police have right now 4. So was he on IG or was he on Facebook Live? Probably. You know how this new era is. You know, they go commit a crime. They the first person to tell you the directions, everything. Make a left to my house. Make a right. You know what I mean? 3rd house off the block. 1658 Woodward Avenue. I'm right here. Come get me, cops. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's kind of unfortunate because you saw the video of X when he was sitting in the car.
No,
after they
not.
killed him.
I didn't look at that. I didn't want to look at it.
Yeah, it's bad, man. The thing I think one of the things I think that got lost in the death of X is that everybody was so big on talking about, you know, he spoke deaf and you can't be riding around in a car like that. It's like we got to this point where rappers get shot, man. We start blaming how dumb the rappers are for doing what they do instead of really getting mad at the people that's actually killing them.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I feel like the people who actually committed the crime, it's like we hold the victim more at fault than the person who actually committed the crime. Like, you know, the fact that he shouldn't be riding around in the car. And I'm like, he was coming from the dealership. Like, how's that flossing? Like, you're coming from the dealership. Like,
how was you supposed to?
yeah, well, he's supposed to catch the bus to the dealership, and then like he's supposed to Uber. Like, I'm really trying to understand. You understand, like
jealousy.
This new era that where we're not holding people accountable for being simply jealous. And he probably should have security. You know, no doubt he definitely should have had security. But this new era of rappers, man, they do their stuff on SoundCloud, and I don't think they quite understand the magnitude of like celebrity as much as rappers was when we were coming up, because you sitting at home a lot and you making these hit records, but you go out in the real world, they haven't made that connection. But I don't know, man. Hopefully there can be some sort of justice served, because him getting killed at that age is just totally wrong.
Hip Hop Matrix Show, myself, DJ Akademiks, right about now. It's time for the new music. All right, start off. DJ Khaled, you know how he does. He just grabs everybody. So he got Justin Bieber. I said that kind of crazy. He got Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, and Quavo.
Are you talking about the new song, No Brainer?
Yeah, but he actually had them for the last album.
Exact same group, right?
Exact same song. Only thing is minus Lil Wayne. But anyway, the song's called No Brainer because it's no brainer that's going to get airplay. It's no brainer that people are going to like it because, I mean, you got all the best artists and the best producers on one
DJ
song.
Khaled is the We Are the World of DJs.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a cool record though. It's not a bad record, not a bad record at all. So that's new from DJ Khaled. Also, we got Denzel Curry. He released TA 1300. Got anything to say about that one?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
All
Because
right,
I don't really listen to Denzel Curry, but I'm pretty sure what my youngest do.
G Herbo and Southside just released the Swervo.
I'm actually excited about that. I like Herbo.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
You know, Chicago drill
he
music.
gets them youngins lit.
Yo, I like my original Chicago rappers that had us, you know, really turn in that direction, you know.
Yeah, and we also got my man Nori, the 5E LP.
Shout out to
I haven't
Nori.
listened to that yet, but I will be getting into it. Also, Dave East just released the Karma mixtape, and we got the guy Jazz Cartier. Florever? I don't know how you pronounce that. What is it? Florever? Fluever? Oh, okay. Fluever.
Yeah.
So, that's the new music. Go ahead and check all of those out and let us know your opinion. The Hip Hop Matrix Show.
So Cardi B released a statement. Says that she is pulling
Stand
out.
her ass home.
She said she is pulling out of the Bruno Mars concert.
Take care of that damn baby.
One of the hardest decisions that she ever had to make. Because doctors pretty much recommend that, you know, she stick with her baby.
Stay her ass home.
And she said that she's not ready to be away from her baby right now.
She gonna stay her ass home.
Yeah, so she's not gonna do it. And I'm pretty sure Bruno Mars will understand that.
Yeah, she need to stay her ass home.
Yeah, first child, you know, you was about to go on a full out tour. And, you know, she also said that her baby's not ready to go on tour. Which, yeah the baby's only like, 4 weeks?
Yeah, stay your ass home.
Yeah. That's not a bad decision.
Jumping around on stage, your body still ain't all put back together yet. Just chill out.
I'm pretty sure Cardi is at that level.
Just recover.
I'm pretty sure she's at that level now where she's learning how to say no. Yeah. That she don't have to say yes to everything.
Yeah, a few M's in the bank account to do that.
Yeah. And when you're someone like Cardi who has such a great year, you don't want to think that a no can possibly turn into like you start not getting opportunities again. I'm pretty sure the decision was hard for her.
Nah, she'll be fine. She need to get her health together and take care of that baby for a little bit. Let that baby get nice and healthy before she start moving around like that. she didn't earn the right to chill out for a few months.
Yeah, you know, if nothing else, you could just perform on award shows. I mean, she's going to be, I mean, she got hella nods for the MTV Music Awards.
Yeah.
Perform there.
And the best bet, like I said, just stay on ass.
Hip Hop Matrix Show. Kanye West tweets. Kanye West tweets. Kanye West went on another little rant a little bit, and one of the tweets that kind of went viral.
You would call that a rant?
Well, all of Kanye's tweets kind of go viral, but one he put up, he said, quote, "I'm not taking advice for the rest of my life," unquote. Another one, he said, "I hate talking about things I'm supposed to talk about," unquote. You know, are we at the point where we should like really stop paying Kanye attention if it's not about music?
Might not be thinking about him in music in a minute. But anyway.
Well, I mean, let's unpack this for a second. I'm not taking advice for the rest of my life. I mean, is that, like, that's not even, like, correct to do.
That's not correct.
Like, it's not wise to necessarily do. It's like everyone should take in wisdom, advice, and isn't what he giving, isn't what he's saying, isn't that giving advice in that sense?
The advice is saying don't take advice?
Yeah, like, isn't that, aren't you kind of like doing that?
As a rhetorical oxymoron type thing.
Yeah, like when he be saying things on Twitter like, don't listen to nobody but yourself. Is that advice? Aren't you advising me?
Well, yeah, he's advising, but it's not advice.
Why not?
Because advice is something that we're giving you an option that you use it. Advising you is like me telling you to do it.
You think so? So when you add the ing, I'm telling you.
Yes, that's two
so I don't have the option when it's an ing. You're telling me that's like an order.
Exactly. Advising you to do something is
an order. Is not advising though.
Advice is something I'm giving you, and you have the option to use it if you like.
Right. I'm saying the definition you gave for advising sounds like an order.
Yes, it is. Advising you to do something is an order.
I can't agree with that. An order is an order. Order ain't no suggestion.
Well, we're going to get Webster in here so we can clarify this.
Order. I'm saying what Kanye is doing, he's indirectly also doing the same thing that he's telling you not to do. He's giving advice when he's tweeting.
That.
He's sitting at home in Wyoming.
I was arguing definitions.
I'm saying he's sitting at home in Wyoming, upside down, and randomly just throwing out things into the universe as if if he doesn't see himself in the top 5 on Twitter, it's like he's upset.
I mean, pull out Kim Kardashian every night.
I don't think he's pulling out Kim Kardashian.
Well, I mean, he has to eventually pull out.
Okay,
but I'm just saying, when he gets out, I mean,
what else is there to do?
You start thinking crazy things like, oh man, I could just walk on a cloud right now.
I think if there is a house that needs like a reality show, like a real one, like a hidden camera, is that house right there. Like, what kind of conversations go on there? Like, you know, Kanye rants and Kim pretty much just be like, yeah, word. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let's do that.
Yeah, like, let's do that. Well, okay, well, you have fun with that, honey. I'm going to my mama's house.
Just don't mess the money up.
Right. Well, he said on his own record, that's the only time she ever got mad when he was about to mess the money up.
Yeah,
not about slavery is a choice.
Yeah,
not about, is this...
Well, that was what messed the money up.
Right. Like, she didn't care about slavery was a choice. It's
the fact that statement messed the money up.
Right. You messing up the bread. Like, you messing up the possible money that we can make.
Yeah, you messing up our marketability.
Right. This is an interesting little story right here. You know, earlier this week, allegedly, Tekashi 6ix9ine had got robbed and kidnapped. And there was a little controversy about it because
Pistol whipped and all that.
People were claiming, or I guess some of the reports that were coming out from police was that the stories were matching up. A lot of people might feel like, you know, Tekashi, him being a, you know, internet troll that he is, that he might just be lying about this whole situation. Because the story of like, okay, you know, you got robbed, they went to your house and they took it, but then you jumped out the car, you know, like a movie or whatever, but yet you didn't cooperate with the police. It's like, it's not necessarily matching. I mean, listen, I'm glad the kid's alive. He definitely has a mark on his eye, but in this era, it's hard. It's sad that damn near you got to die for people to be like, oh, yeah, he got robbed. You know, it's gonna get to a point where somebody gonna die.
Oh no, he got kidnapped.
Well, yeah, but you know, it also get to a point. It also remind me just real quick how we also had an era. Well, a lot of people don't even believe that because I remember when X died, there were people on the internet not believing that X was dead. There are still people on the internet who think that X is not dead because it's hard to actually believe some of these things that are coming out some of these rappers' mouths when they're playing more towards the internet than they are their real life. You think about it, Tekashi doesn't have an album; he just got these singles. and he trolls so much, it's not beyond him or anyone for me to think that he hasn't fabricated this story.
He did.
You think he really got robbed and kidnapped, or you think he's exaggerating or lying about this story?
Well, XX is dead, definitely.
Oh, no, XS is dead, yes.
He's definitely dead. But no, he got robbed. He got robbed. He got smacked around.
He definitely need to check his circle, which he admitted. He said he went from hanging around 300 people to about 2. So he definitely think it came from inside, because he says that no one knows where he lives. So for them, he said he looked up, and for like 5 seconds when he was in the car, because he said the way it happened is the way he described it is that someone just hit the car like a movie. So they thought it was an accident. By the time they got it to check and see was somebody else okay, they came in there like boom, boom, boom. And he says they drove off. He said he froze. He looked up. They was in front of his house. So evidently somebody knew where he lived. They rob you to take the stuff, then they riding around with you. So
then they riding around with you.
Right. And he found the opportunity, and he hopped out the car. Then he and so he said, you know, when it was asked why didn't they chase him, he's like, well, why would you chase me? You know, you already robbed me, this and this. I'm like, I guess that makes sense, you know, to that, but you definitely need to change up your circle. If that situation happened like the way he describing it, like your circle, like you thinking you can't be touched, you go around telling the whole world to suck your penis, like you need to really change up your circle.
Hip Hop Matrix shows, time for the sports report, man. There's a lot of moving and shaking going on. But before I get to all the signings and the stuff, let's talk about your boy, Jerry Jones. And we all know the NFL, they're going back and forth, and now they're actually going to sit down again and redo what they already decided they were going to do with the policies of taking a knee. But your boy, Jerry Jones, you know, he says, well, I don't care what happens, what they agree on. If you're a Cowboy, you're standing.
Yeah, he doesn't even care. He doesn't even want you to stay in the locker room, which the NFL current rules says that you're allowed to do, to stay in the locker room. Jones ain't even playing that.
Nah, he's going all the way in. And it's funny because I was watching ESPN today, and Dak Prescott was asked about that in a press conference. Because, you know, everybody's back in training camp right now. And Dak looked like a battered man.
What you mean?
He just looks like they took him in the office, smacked him around, and said, this is what you're going to say when they ask you about this, and you bet not say nothing different. And he went up there and gave the most punk-ass speech about, I understand social injustices, but I don't think this is the place and the platform to do that on. I think we should do it somewhere else.
You really think they had to twist Dak Prescott's arm for that? Because honestly, there's nothing about that shows me that he had it in him to want to. I mean,
I know he's
50-50.
I know he's mixed, but
it's
still,
not about him being mixed. He's made statements before about how he didn't see color, and he's made those kind of statements before. Is what I'm saying.
It's like, I'm not naive, but I don't think this is the place we should do that. I think we should do this somewhere else. The whole point is to bring the attention to so people can see it where they're not looking.
Yeah, what's an appropriate way to protest?
You know, you put it do it somewhere where everybody can just ignore it.
It's not a protest.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
that defeats the whole purpose.
Protest in my closet?
Yeah, nobody can see it.
Right.
People got to see it. I lost respect for you in that very moment. I liked you, but I hated the fact that you're a Cowboy. But now I just don't like you.
He's activating his privilege card on his other side.
Yeah, he's just the Black Coalition has just pushed you all the way to your other side.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine as long as he's in Jerry's corner. But if you're not winning with Jerry gonna show you who you really are anyway. Not who Jerry really is, who you really are to him.
Well, that's not true because he ain't went for a long time with Tony Romo, and he stuck around for a while.
Yeah, but Tony was a little bit lighter.
And Tony was messing with his daughter, but that's a whole different conversation. But on the trades, we got Speaking of Cowboys, Des Bryant is reportedly working on a deal with the Cleveland Browns for a 1-year deal. So I mean, they're gonna have a nice receiving core, probably the best in the league. I say.
They're still the Browns.
Yeah, no, the Browns might be all right this year. Right, better than the Lions this year. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, they not. They did 0-16 last year.
Okay, but they got a squad. I mean, a football. I know this.
All you got to do is win one game to be better than last year.
I got them winning at least 7 games this year.
Okay.
I got them winning at least 7 games this year.
Okay.
All right. Also, Carmelo Anthony reportedly is about to sign a 1-year deal with Houston. Supposed to be like 1 year, $2.4 million, but he's still getting paid $28 million from OKC for buying him out. So he's really still making $30 million this year, but he just taking $2 million from the Rockets just to say they paying him something.
As far as the money goes, Carmelo's definitely has made his money. Like Carmelo's definitely made the money. The boy is about the money.
He's made more than enough
Stupid money. And he's still talking about how, he'll know when it's time for him to come off the bench.
Yeah. But this is the best. I think that was the best situation for him, best place for him to go. Also, he got Kawhi Leonard in Toronto now. DeMar DeRozan, he's now Spur. Pissed off about it. But he feel like, because he could have, a couple years ago when it was his free agency time, he could have went to the Lakers, and he said, no, I'm being loyal to the Toronto Raptors.
Said the GM told him that he'll never be traded too, that he won't be traded. So he straight lied to his face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Isaiah Thomas chimed in on that, said, yeah, it's a cold game. And now they get mad at the players in the limelight when the player does it on his own and burn his jerseys, but the owners play even worse.
If you gave your word to somebody, you wrong. Now, if you didn't give your word, you can do what the hell you want to do, because that's just business. Mm-hmm. But if the story went down like he said, then yeah. Well, he said Drake gave him some wise words, but Drake is always giving him comfort words. That's all Drake does in his career.
Yeah, he gave him some little light skin.
Talk to you like you was somebody else's girlfriend. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some girl talk.
Right.
Anyway, that's the Sports Report. It's the Hip Hop Matrix Show.
Big ups to your guy, 21 Savage. He hosted he's getting ready to host his third annual It's a Black School Drive event. It's a back to school drive event.
Yeah, I'm about to say a black school. What is this?
No,
Jim Crow?
it's a back to school drive event. It's his third annual one. It's coming up on August 4th and 5th, where he helps donates a lot of, school supplies, money, and such like that near his childhood neighborhood home in Atlanta. Shout out to him, man. He's been running off that It's a Knife whole thing that went viral, that It's a situation, for a good 2-3 years now. And I'm glad that he actually made something positive and productive of it. Because when you see 21, he looks like the regular tat-faced rapper, but the fact that he got a heart and he actually, doing something he don't have to do.
And he had Amber Rose.
He had Amber Rose, man. Shout out to him having that.
And he was in the slut walk.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, no, but it was hilarious.
You talking about he was wearing that shirt, I'm a hoe too?
Yeah, he was in the slut walk.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm all for supporting, and I totally understand what the slut walk is about and everything.
He was definitely a girlfriend.
But him wearing that shirt and his face, when they caught that, the internet is undefeated, man. When they said he was in a sunken place, I said, oh my God, that was just
That's when you knew Amber Rose had that good.
Well, I didn't need that to think that.
No, but that's when it was official. Like, there's no way. That's that hypnotizing good right there.
When Kanye was going on his rants about 3 years after they broke up, I kind of felt like she kind of had that.
You got that snatch.
Amber Rose is a beautiful woman, man. She's a beautiful woman.
Out, inside and out.
Right. She's a beautiful woman. She's worth taking some internet hits for.
Yeah.
Listen. You could be the guy who gonna take hits after you done been with her, or you can be us. You know what I'm saying? Like we judge it from afar. So he's already experienced some things that I haven't experienced. So shout out to him.
Drums, please.
Hip Hop Matrix Show, Retro Rewind time, taking them back.
Yeah, man, we playing all your classics, all your throwbacks. It's still summertime, so no other song can define the summer like the song "Summertime," because this past week was the anniversary of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince Home Base album, which features Summertime track.
West Philly Kids.
Yeah, man. Will Smith did an interview recently, and he said there's 2 songs that he never gets flack for, regardless of how people feel about his squeaky image. He said one is Brand New Funk, and the other one is Summertime. He's like, if you hate on Summertime, people look at you crazy. I had to think about it for a second. He's right. There's nothing negative you can say about Summertime at all. I don't care how much of the hardcore hip-hop fan you may be.
It was a laid-back, riding the beat type of flow.
And it still goes. To me, it's like the first sign of spring. Like when summer come in, like that's a song I hear, I know I'm in summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to hear it in the beginning of summer, I want to hear it in the middle, and I want to hear it at the end of summer. Like there's no other song that defines that. That defines summertime hip-hop like that song do. I don't know what song we had before at this point.
No, there was no song before.
Yeah, as far as that defined it, nah.
It was probably like Sunny Day. Oh no.
Yeah, right.
One of the Motown records. So.
Yeah. So, big ups to him. I mean, he's already Will Smith and he's made blockbuster movies. But let's say his acting career didn't take off. He could still eat off Summertime, if nothing, for the rest of his life.
Yeah. But he is a movie star. And
he is a billionaire. Yeah, he did make billions off movies. Yeah. Hip Hop Makes the Show. That was our Retro Rewind mix where DJ Akademiks play all of your retro classics. Man, congratulations, Akademiks. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Right. And also this past week, got to give a big ups to Bone Thugs and Harmony because it was the anniversary back in 1995 of East 99.
East 1999, my ninja.
Classic album right there. Crossroads.
Yeah, first of the month.
A lot of people don't realize that the Crossroads song that we're familiar with was actually a remix. Because the one on the actual album was totally different, but it was dope itself.
I mean, because the remix, the video and everything was after Easy died. So
yeah.
They tweaked it a little bit for him.
Yeah. And the song itself, East 99, I love, man. Like, that was a hard song, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony was hard. Would you be accepting to that whole kind of statement people like to make that the Migos is the new Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Migos and new Bone Thugs.
Like just their patterns, the way they rap and...
Nah, because Bone, they rap fast.
When we were kids,
Busy was going.
When we were kids, I thought that was like I didn't think it was them. I thought it was like a studio was speeding up the way they rap. I didn't think a human can possibly rap like that. That was them.
Definitely Busy.
Well, here's what I say that Migos do have similar to Bone Thugs is that the fact that they don't rap without each other. Like, how the Migos, when they rap, somebody got to throw an ad-lib and say something. That's how Bone Thugs used to be. Like, they were rapping, like, the rest of the four would kind of come in. But no, and plus Bone Thugs were really like the Temptations of hip-hop. Like, they collectively made a great record and made really, really great music.
Yeah, and then they was singing. They was harmonizing highs and lows.
It wasn't cool to.
It was a lot. So.
Yeah, big ups to Eazy because that was his last hip-hop contribution before he passed away. And I can only imagine, like, if Eazy had lived, don't get me wrong, Bone Thugs had a great run, but if he'd have lived to see the fruits of his labor, man, I'm pretty sure he'd been proud. Hip Hop Makes the Show. I'm super excited because for the past 2 weeks, my favorite summer show recently has came back. Snowfall. It's in season 2, and I keep telling you need to watch it. My homeboy Franklin is out here doing what he do, playing California.
I still got to watch the second season of Luke Cage, man.
Yeah, you do. It's dope. You do gotta watch that. The 6th season of Orange is the New Black had premiered this week too, so I gotta go home and try to binge that as much as I can. But Snowfall, what I learned recently is that the kid that plays a California teen growing up in the 80s slinging drugs is actually from like Britain. Thick accent and everything. Like, he did an interview recently. He had like thick accent, like straight. And the person who taught him how to talk Californian,
probably Idris Elba.
No, well, worse than that. His accent is actually thicker than that. But the person who taught him how to talk like he's from Cali, he says Dub C.
Oh, okay.
And Dub C was the vocal coach on Straight Outta Compton. So Dub C out here getting money. Used to be a West Side Connection. For those of you who don't know.
What do you mean?
Teaching you how to talk with an accent, how to
with
a California accent.
He did the same thing on Straight Outta Compton.
Vocal coach, yeah. So he's getting his checks like that. So that shout out to Dub C, man. Because Dub C is real California. Like that's real like West Coast right there. Mm-hmm. But if you can hear how this kid really, really talk, Dub C, like if this kid wins an Emmy or an Oscar or whatever in the future, they need to give that to Dub C. Because his voice is totally, completely different from how he really sounds. Because when you watch the show, he sounds like he's from Cali. He got the twang and everything. But when you hear him talking real life, you feel like you're talking to your English teacher. Just what it is, man. Yeah, we about to get up out of here.
Some great poupon.
Right. Before we get up out of here, man, what you got planned?
Keeping these records spending time with the family, keeping it moving.
We appreciate you guys. Always check us out, man. Big shout out to everybody that's been supporting us. Big ups to Illinois, North Carolina, Virginia, Kansas, Chi-Town, everybody that's been checking us out. You can always check out our podcast that we upload every single week on SoundCloud, Podomatic, iTunes. All you gotta do is type in the search engine Hip Hop Makes the Show, one word. Make sure you follow us on our Twitter at WHMS98. Follow me at J.Hall Radio, this guy right here at DJ Akademiks. We're gonna be out of here, be blessful and successful. We'll talk to you soon. We ghost.
It's the Hip Hop Matrix Show.